Hello guys, welcome to STEM Trainers. In the previous video, we have seen what is sine rule and how to apply that in questions. And also we have seen one new formula for area of triangle, that is half AB sine C and so on. And we have seen one special case, basically the ambiguous case when we are finding the angles using the sine rule. We have to be extra cautious because there might be more than one answers. If you haven't watched that video, please watch that video because that's important. Okay, so now today we are doing cosine rule. So what is cosine rule is, for any triangle ABC, side A square is equal to B square plus side C square minus 2 times side B into side C into cosine of A. And similarly, we can write the same thing for side B and side C in terms of cosine B and cosine C. So as you can see, basically is this formula relates all the three sides with one of the cosine angle. That's the important thing to notice here. And you can see this same thing in second formula also, in third formula also. Now, one more thing. Sometimes students remember formula like this also. I also prefer formula remembering in the second form. But I mean, it depends on students. Sometimes I have seen students remembering the first one also. But I prefer the second formula. So, cos of A is, I remember it like this. When we are finding cos A, so we will start with the other two sides. So B square plus C square minus, it's cos A then minus A square divided by 2 times B into C. That is the first two sides. So similarly, if you want to write cos of B value for this, then it will be the other two sides square, that is A square plus C square minus obviously B square divided by 2 times AC. You can write it like this. And similarly, if you want, you can write cos C also. So cos C will be equal to the other two sides square, that is A square plus B square minus C square divided by 2AB. So you can write like this also. Okay, so that's the cosine rule for any triangle. This is true for any triangle. It can be any triangle, equilateral, isosceles, scalene, obtuse, acute, right angle, whatever triangle, it is always true. Okay. Now, one more thing that I want to tell you in this is, one very important note is, this will help you a lot in some parts of the question is, the side opposite to the largest angle, side opposite to the largest angle of a triangle is the longest side. So basically, if let's say in this triangle ABC, angle A is the largest of the angles between A, B and C, so then it automatically means that side A will be the longest in this triangle. That is, side A will be greater than B, side A will be greater than C. And similarly, we can say the same thing for shorter side also. If, for example, let's say angle B is the shortest angle or the smallest angle among angle A, B, and C, then the side opposite to B is the smallest. That is, side B will be less than C and side B will be less than A. This is very important point. So just remember this also. Okay, this might help you in some parts of a question. Okay, so let's try the application of cosine rule. So a triangle is given, all three sides are given, 4, 5 and 6. We have to prove that cos of A is 3 by 4. Now, one important thing that I have already told you is, or the observation that you can also do it yourself is, cosine formula basically relates all three sides with one of the angle, right? Either A, B or C in terms of cos. So, if all three sides are given, then obviously we can find all the angles, right? This is very important observation and very Simple thing to understand. So now all three sides are given, so obviously we can find all the angles, but they are asking for only cos of A. So let's find cos of A. So let's try. Cos of A will be equal to, now because this is A, so this will be equal to B square plus C square minus A square divided by 2BC, right? And this will be our A, this will be our B, and this will be our C. Generally what happens is, if we have vertex C, the side opposite to vertex C we take as small c. And generally, I mean, standardly we take this. But if you want your own sign convention, you can take that also, no problem. Okay, so now cos A will be equal to B square, that is 5 square, plus C square, that is 6 square, minus A square, that is 4 square, divided by 2 times B, that is 5, C, that is 6. Let's simplify this. This will be 25 plus 36 minus 16 divided by 60. And this will be nothing but 45. 20 plus 25, that is 45. So if you divide it by 15, this will be 3 by 4. Hence proved. So cos A is coming out to be 3 by 4. So this is what we needed to prove. Okay, so this was rather a very simple one. Let's try one more question. You can pause this video and try this question yourself also. I will recommend it. Okay, so now in this question, two sides are given and one angle is given. Now again, because cosine rule relates all sides with one angle, so now one angle is given, two sides are given. So obviously we can find the third angle using the cosine rule. So let's use the cosine rule. So cos of 40 degrees will be equal to, now how I remember is like this. This is 40 degree and the sides that contain this 40 is 9 and 17. So cos 40 degree will be equal to 9 square plus 17 square minus the opposite side square, that is the x square, divided by 2 times 9 times 17. Now why I am writing like this is because see, sometimes what happens is it's not necessary you have ABC. You might have PQR as vertices or something else. So don't get confused in that. So what you do is you first focus on the angle. Which angle you are talking about? Let's say we are talking about 40. So the sides that contain the angle 40 are 9 and 17. So your formula goes like this. 9 square plus 17 square minus the opposite side square, that is x square, divided by 2 times 9 into 17. Okay, so let's try this and try to find our x value. So we will multiply 2 times 9 times 17 times cos of 40 degree equal to, this is nothing but 81. 17 square is 289 minus x square. So let's use our calculator and find the x value. And our calculator will give us the value as 11.6 centimeters up to 3 significant figures. So that is my answer. Okay, I hope you understand this, because sometimes instead of ABC you can have any vertex. So I remember it like this, the side containing the angle and so on. Okay, let's try one more question. Now, what generally happens in exam questions is, generally they will give you a question which is actually a mix of sine rule and cosine rule. So some part of that question will be only sine rule, some part will be cosine rule, and in some parts you might have to use both the rules. Okay, so let's see this question now. So two triangles are given, ABD and BDC. So these two angles are given, angle C, angle D of triangle BCD, and two sides are given of triangle ABD, that is 20 and 10, and BC is also given 16. So we have to find BD. BD. So we have to find this side. Let's take this as X. We have to find angle BAD. So let's take this as Y. So basically now we have to find X and Y. Okay, so we have to think which rule we have to use. Okay, so for if we take or consider triangle BDC first. So in this triangle, two angles are there, two sides are there, X and 16. So let's use the sine rule and see whether we can apply that to find X. So side X divided by sine of opposite angle. What's the opposite angle? 62 equals other side is 16 divided by sine of the opposite angle. 16 opposite is 50 degrees. So from this, I can find my X value. Very good. So this is coming out to be 16 times sine of 62 degrees divided by sine of 50 degrees. So my X value is coming out to be 18.4 up to 3 significant figures. So this is my answer for X, that is side BD. Okay, now the second part is we have to find angle BAD, that is Y. Okay, so now let me just erase this X and just write here 18.4 because we know this now, 18.4 centimeter. Okay, now you can see in the triangle ABD, three sides are given. So obviously we can find all the angles using cosine rule. And they are asking for angle A only. Very good. So we can find this using cosine rule. Okay. So now I have the blueprints. So let's do this. Let's apply cosine rule in this. So cosine rule says in triangle ABD, so cos of y degrees is equal to the side that contains this angle, that is 20 and 10. So 20 square plus 10 square minus the opposite side. Opposite is 18.4. So 18.4 square divided by, now this is easy, 2 times the first two, 20 times 10. So let's calculate this using our calculator. So we will get y as 66.4 degrees up to 3 significant figures. So this is our answer for this question. I hope you understand how to apply sine rule and cosine rule, how to find area and which side is greatest depending upon what's the angle. Okay, thanks for this.